It is episode 144 of Left Side Heavy, the podcast, presented by Blue Wire. It's your boy, Jevon LaFave, and of course, we got Hayden Barton on the scene as well. Hayden, how we doing, buddy?
We're doing fucking A-OK right now. Uh,
A-okay?
yeah, it's a nice Tuesday night. Can't believe it's already gonna be halfway through the week tomorrow. But we're
This
rolling.
we rolling. Yeah, it's not too bad. It was technically my day off from school today, but I worked in the morning because
Nice.
I'm
Money.
because I'm broke.
Yeah, of course.
So, it wasn't too bad. I'm starting to feel I have like a my whole family's kind of like getting sick,
Yeah.
and I might have a little something,
A little something brewing.
a little sandpaper in my throat a little bit, but I think it's more so me being like severely run down.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just trying to get some naps here and there and get into bed at half decent time.
Yeah, of course.
I might just call into school tomorrow and be like, yeah, I don't want to come. So just so I can
I'm not
sleep
learning today. I'm
in, have
sorry.
the day. Yeah. Tomorrow's not really important, I don't think.
Oh, there you
But
go.
but yeah, been watching Suits. Dude,
Suits.
dude, that show is so good, man. It's so good. Have you indulged?
I have not, but I have heard decent things about it. I got too many shows on the ropes right now?
Yeah, that's my problem, is too many shows on the rope. So I'm literally buckling down on this so I can watch my other ones.
No, exactly.
I've gotten so many show recommendations, but I'm like, I hear you. I'll put that on the back burner, but I'm not committing to anything right now
No.
because it's like, yo, you should watch The Boys. I'm like, I will at some point. Yo, Breaking Bad, unreal. Okay, yeah, 100%.
Yep.
Yo, have you finished Suits? Not yet, man. Not yet.
Just everything coming at you at once,
It's
huh?
yeah, dude. I'm getting like TKO'd right now in the fucking corner right now with shows. I'm like, let me live, yo, please. But
Oh,
no,
that's good.
no, but yeah, we're thriving right now, man. We're thriving. We're battling, but it's good. It's nice watching our Canucks darlings right now outshoot the Chicago Blackhawks 21-6 in the first period and losing 1-0. It's always good to see. Like you said, before we started recording, there was a jersey thrown on the ice. Just a
3 minutes in.
few minutes into the game. Shows how everyone is standing with Bruce. It's nothing against the new coaches, it's against management and how they handled it.
Hmm.
Besides, like, you know what? We'll get into the whole situation first. Because like this was our first topic of the night, was the new coaching introduction press conference. But we'll start it off with its official assistant coach and former AHL coach, Utica/Abbotsford Canucks coach Trent Cole and head coach Bruce Boudreau have been relieved of their duties as Vancouver Canucks coaches. It was obviously cooking for like at least 10 days that this is going to happen, and we've prefaced it many times on how it's total bullshit how the whole situation was handled. They should have ripped the band-aid off, but instead they let it marinate. Now, I do want to say one thing is that part of it could have been the media's fault because they like spread everything around. But it's the situation of the Canucks knowing that the information was out, bringing Rick Tocchet in to watch the games, talk to the sittings, talk to the whole management system while the guy you're replacing is still behind the bench.
Yeah.
To me, that is completely disrespectful and brutal and
Oh,
bullshit.
100%.
In my opinion, if you're gonna bring him in, no, let his whole contract figure out. Like you know it's gonna be signed. It's just a matter of getting his TNT thing figured out and all that. Let Bruce go so that he's not still in the limelight and having to answer questions about it. Because that's what I feel most bad about is like he knew he was getting fired for like a week and a half and he was asking questions about how he feels while he still has to go into next game and coach.
Yeah, no, it's like
Like,
the media's already worried about what's his next job going to be rather than he still has games to go.
yeah,
Like
he,
he still has a contract to somewhat live out, and all the media can fucking worry about is how he's doing and putting more pressure on himself and being like, "Hey, so you are you getting fired? Like, do you know?" And it's like, do you really think that's what he wants to know about right now?
yeah, it's ridiculous. Every press conference, post game media type thing, he was saying like, "Hey, I'm not fired yet," but it's like the fact that he still even has to talk about it. What they should have done as soon as this even came into fruition, the thought of a coaching change. If you're set on a coaching change, fire Boudreaux, have Mikey O, who has been a head coach before, become interim coach
Yep.
until you find someone new.
Mm-hmm.
So that he doesn't have to fucking stand on the bench with his replacement in the press
In the building.
conference talking to the Sedines. Like, what kind of horseshit is that? Where is the professionalism from Rutherford and Alvin? Like, I think that's completely unfair to Bruce. I He deserves so much better. He was one of the most winningest coaches in NHL history, and you treat him like this?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, like the fact that they even got a new coach to replace Bruce after this whole thing is kind of astonishing. Because I don't know how anyone looks at how the upper management has handled the head coaching fucking carousel and been like, yeah, if I don't do good, it's clear what they're gonna do to me, but I'll do good. And it's like you're betting on not even yourself, you're betting on yourself and the players that you coach.
Yeah.
And if you don't do good, yeah, you're out of a job. And but you know what? It might not even be that bad because it seems like upper management doesn't know how to give out a contract for a coach since we're still paying two previous coaches.
Yeah. We have $6 million plus on the payroll for head
Like
coaches.
that is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. It's it's a joke, man. And I think this might be like a future play. Like this is like the coaching staff they want to go forward for the future and not just to put a band-aid on it. But it's also like that's what Bruce could have been as well. And if you're looking at the team and it doesn't it's not a coaching problem. It's how the team is built. And we've gone on about this forever. And we're not going to go on a long tangent about it again. But it's just like the coaching isn't the problem. It's everything else surrounding. It's the culture, it's the way the team is built, it's the lack of trust in your coach. It's just like it's so much shit and it's like it's very infuriating.
Mm-hmm.
Um so it's like we stand with Bruce, and I just think it was very unfair how he was treated. If you got fired, make Mike Yo interim, and then you bring in Tocchet a month later, fine. But it's just bullshit how Boudreaux has to go into every post game media, press conference, whatever, interview, off day media, like whatever it is, any sort of interview, and talk about how he's going to be out of a job in a week. It's like he shouldn't, no coach should have to talk about that.
No,
Like
no,
it's
never.
completely unfair. As soon as it got out and been like, oh shit, like people are asking Bruce about um his his job and how it's like basically gone. They should have been like, hey, as of right now, you are out as coach because we don't want to put you through bullshit interviews where you're going to be asked about it and it's going to ruin you.
Yeah. And
So,
it clearly did ruin him and it made him feel like less of a person considering, how emotional he was for his last game. Like the build up to it, I feel like was way worse because there was so much emotion for a longer period of time. Like if they just said to him, "You're being let go," Like the minute, like you said, the minute conversations like that happen, he would have been like, that's tough. That's tough. But I couldn't imagine being asked about it almost every time after a game. And it's like, hey, what are you gonna do? You're gonna retire? Like
That's like
absolute horseshit.
it's like you don't go up to your girlfriend and tell her that you're gonna break up with her in 2 weeks.
Yeah, you know what? That is a perfect analogy. Like that is fucked up. That is absolutely fucked up. The only time like something like that is respectable is when you're moving out and you let your tenant know like a month beforehand to let them prepare. And that's the only time, but this was the worst way to handle that.
Yeah, it does make sense. But how about we go over some of the press conference and just what Boudreaux and Cole kind of gathered up. Boudreaux's record with Vancouver was a winning record, 50, 40, and 13, with just under 15 months with the team, mind you. Trent Cole, who coached for Utica and Abbey, same team, just different cities. And who was assistant coach for Vancouver. He had 161, 116, 22, and 10 record with Abbey. His first season as a head coach was 39, 23, 5, and 1. Um, Boudreaux stated that he had very emotional one-on-one interviews with every players that involved crying with each other when gathered with hugs and stuff like that. So it truly shows like how much of a players coach he was and how much he meant to these players. According to reports like Bachelor and stuff like that, JT Miller gave a very emotional speech in front of everyone towards Bruce. How much he matters to the team and the players and how much of an impact he made. So it's like just like with that, it shows like you guys are fucking up.
Yeah,
Like management, that is. And I just think
yeah.
this was shows how much it was handled poorly, but we'll move past that. Um, yeah, and the Bruce there it is chant at the end of the in the final minute of the game. He's usually in a 4-2 loss, any sort of loss when you're being outplayed like the way they did. Coaches immediately just walk down the tunnel. But he couldn't help himself but stay after the game and just soak everything in. And it shows how much he cared to us as fans because he said that that is one of the best moments he's had coaching or in the past 48 years in the game, other than winning championships, was that moment right there.
Hmm.
And it just shows like how much he meant to the city, man, for such a short period. I've never seen a coach have this much impact on a team outside of winning games and titles
Yeah.
than Boudreaux had on the city of Vancouver and the Canucks organization.
Yeah, no, it was pretty huge. And obviously we were at Earl's that night, but we were watching on the big TV and everyone who knew hockey was like, "Damn, this is fucking sad." Like
Yeah.
th- I like letting go of Travis Green, everyone was haranguing and hipping and hawing, and everyone, it seems like everyone has hated the let go of Boudreaux just because of like everything that he's done. Not to mention his heater that he started with when he first came in,
Yeah.
last year.
Nine in a row.
Yeah, like that's absolutely insane. But then just seeing what he did to the franchise with what he had, obviously he had no say in what anyone could like he had no say in what players got to stay and what players got to go. That's very clear and obvious. And it was just he was the guy that had to manage shit being thrown at the wall and trying to keep it afloat.
Yeah.
And that just so is not fair. And hearing some stories too where it's like they wanted him gone at the start of the season. Why didn't you fire him? What does it
Yeah.
matter if you're gonna play him the first 4 fucking months of a season? It just pisses me off.
Yeah. It's like you can't give a chef shitty ingredients and expect a good meal. It's like you're dealing him one of the worst goalie tandems and defensive structured teams, like in terms of our our top or I guess bottom four defensemen shouldn't even be on NHL rosters.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like playing big minutes for our team. And it's like, what do you expect Boudreaux to do with this? It's like bad results are going to come, and it's just a matter of Aquilini's stubbornness of not wanting to rebuild. Where like this structure is going to come in to benefit the team to help win hockey games when we're this close to what's considered a generational talent and a deep fucking draft. Where if we get even a top 5 pick, we're getting a possible face of the franchise. Where it's like if
Yeah.
we get our stupid fucking 13th overall pick like we usually fall into because we go on a heater at the end of seasons when we don't need to. It's like you're literally ruining this team. If you just shit this one season, it can help us so much get
Yep.
better. But it's
Yep.
like this team, he wants to sell tickets, but he Aquilini realizes like he doesn't realize that what he's doing is just gonna further him selling more and more tickets. Like if you just tear it down and rebuild properly and focus on developing,
Mm-hmm.
then you're going to get a team like Pittsburgh, Colorado, where you're going to be consistently putting asses in the seats for a decade.
Yeah.
But we're barely being able to put asses in the seats for the last like 7 years. And it's going to continue as long as this guy is running the team.
100%.
And even if he just puts his paws off the team, just don't be so intrusive on everything.
Mm-hmm.
Then you might actually be able to allow Rutherford and Alvin to do what they want to do
Oh
instead
yeah.
of because we definitely know to some degree Rutherford and Alvin are being puppeted by Aquilini
Oh, 100%. Like
because their
they can't
job is
even.
at stake if they
Yeah.
don't cooperate. That's what happened to Linden. Linden wanted to rebuild, Aquilini didn't. And why do you think Linden's not a part of this
Dude,
team anymore?
don't even get me
So
started about Trevor Linden, man. Like that that is up there with like the disrespect that they gave Boudreaux just with how they treated him and shit like that. It's like
yeah,
Linden was a is he had a mind where it was like he knows hockey, he knows how a
yeah,
player thinks, he knows how coaches will think. He was such a smart person, and all because of someone's bullshit stubbornness, it's gonna allow this team to, on paper, be like, oh yeah, this team spends a lot. This team has decent players from past years. Why isn't it good? And it's like it's terrible. It's
yeah.
terrible. The product that he's putting out is absolutely terrible. I saw a clip of a Spit and Chicklets today, and Ryan Whitney was just talking about it, and he's like, I've never seen a community, a bunch of fans from a certain fan base wanting to tank harder than the Vancouver Canucks, but their owner won't allow it. And it's just like, it's like finally this is reaching, some sort of big media, big hockey media that isn't nationally televised. Like it's actually someone talking about it that can maybe get social media buzzing about it and be like, yeah, why aren't the Canucks tearing it down? Let's look into Aquilini more and then find out that he's a piece of shit.
Yeah, it's a joke, man. But
Absolutely.
let's go over this press conference because it was an introductory to Rick Tocchet. And let me preface, like we kind of alluded to a little bit earlier, I don't hate this coaching staff. I'm interested to see what they can do. I think it's the right intentions of these coaches coming in. It's just a matter of like I don't like them. I would rather have Bruce and not have this whole thing happen than have these guys have Bruce gone with the way that this was handled. I just think
Yeah.
it was a joke. It was handled terribly, and I'd rather have Bruce than not have to watch that again.
No,
But
I agree.
anyways, Rick Tocchet replaces Boudreaux, Sergei Gonchar, and Adam Foote come in as assistant coaches. Rick Tocchet as a coach has 178 260 record. He has one postseason appearance with Arizona back in 2020 during the bubble. He won Stanley Cups as assistant coach for Sullivan in Pittsburgh in 2016-17. Interesting tidbit here. Rick Tocchet, Sergei Gonchar, and Adam Foote have 3,599 combined games as NHL of NHL experience and 8 Stanley Cups between player and coach within the three. So they have experience on what it takes to win, which is why I can see it being like a future. Like these guys would be good for the future, but I would rather just lose the rest of the season, get a Fantilli, Leo Carlson, Michkov, hopefully Bedard, obviously, but whatever. Nonetheless, press conference tidbits here. Rutherford states he has been too direct and honest in his press conference, and he thinks that had a lasting impact on Boudreau, and he apologizes. He says that he's going to zip it from here on forward and let Allvin take the reins. And because his reference to have the team having no structure and stuff, he thinks that played an impact on how that made Bruce feel. So he apologized, says that he's disappointed with himself and how he handled the situation. And at least he's taking accountability and is right that he handled it terribly, and he needs to keep his mouth shut and let the manager talk instead of him. Its focus is about structure. He wants to implement good habits, and he hopes to get more out of JT Miller. I think everyone can agree with that. Talker wants to run 4 lines equally. Okay. Uh, he wants to minimize or not minimize Quinn Hughes' ice time. He just wants to cut it down because it feels like we're begging him too much, which I can understand. You don't want to like drain.
Understandably so, exactly.
You
Yeah.
don't want to drain the battery. And if we get our shittier defense out there, we have a higher chance of losing games and getting a better pick.
Right thing said right there. Let's go.
Exactly. He has the right mindset, and with how bad our defense is.
Let's give up more shorthanded goals. Yes, please. Let's go.
Yeah, 100%. Alvin came in conclusion and said this was the funniest part of it. Alvin, this is maybe a little paraphrased because I can't remember the exact quote, but he said, "As of this morning, we have decided to fire Bruce Boudreau." Motherfucker, no, you didn't. It's been brewing for 10 days. You decided to fire him like a week and a half ago. You didn't decide morning of to part ways with Boudreaux. Quit fucking gaslighting this entire city. Just if you just ate your words and said, yeah, it's been brewing for a
Brewing
couple
for a
weeks now,
while.
but
Yeah.
as of today, it's now official that he's no longer our coach. Don't say, as of this morning, we've decided to fire him. No, you decided to fire him 2 weeks ago, but now today you're making it official. Like, fuck off, Alvin. You keep hiding behind the curtain for everything, and then you have one chance. No, I guess not one chance, but like the one time you come back and decide to talk to everyone, you're just spitting garbage out of your mouth. Like, God almighty. So annoying. Like I saw that. I'm like, this is a coward. A coward move. But what are your thoughts on some of the notes from the press conference and stuff? Like I can't like as much as I want to shit on Rutherford, at least he's like taking accountability for some like how poorly he handled it. He stated that like he's disappointed with himself, and I know like and at this point, yes, it's easier to ask for like that whole thing where it's like easier
Yeah.
to ask
Easier
for
to ask for
forgiveness
forgiveness.
and
Yeah.
permission. But like when it gets to this on how bad you fucking ruined somebody, it's really hard to forgive you, and I'm not going to. But at least you stated and took accountability for it, which is something like it only goes so far, but at least you said it. And
Yeah.
there's some clarity there. Like at least you said it, but no one
No one's
likes
gonna
you.
take him seriously.
Like no one likes you or no one dislikes you less. Everyone still hates you and like is really fed up with you, but at least you said it. Like whatever.
Yeah.
But it's
No,
like
that was the thing. He had to say that. If he didn't say that, then it's just like another thing to add on to the pot of how shitty of a manager you are.
yeah. And so yeah, it's just been like you said as of last week. A fucking dumpster fire. Like this whole franchise has I've never I knew we were like really we were run terribly, but I've never seen a team turn into this much of a shit show as quick as us.
Oh yeah,
Like everyone knew like Arizona was their whole build of a team was terrible. So it's like
oh
there
yeah,
wasn't any surprise of any turmoil there because it's always been like that. But
of course.
here there was some bright spots for a bit. We went on a cup run and then like it gradually like okay, like we don't really have a sense of direction. We're not buying in, we're not selling. We're just kind of seeing what
There.
pick we get. Yeah, we're just existing. That's what
Yeah.
we're doing. We're just existing. Like like we're
We're an
just
NPC in any other world of any NHL franchise that actually is doing something.
like we're just another person going for a public skate. Like we're not, you know,
Yeah.
like, like we're just
We're just out there skating on the ice while everyone else is trying to do something. Yeah,
we're
no, I agree.
we're just a team in the league that needs to fill up to 32. Like that's why
Yeah.
we're here, right?
And also have some of the best jerseys to compare to other jerseys. Like that's all the Canucks are right now.
That's what it's like. We're dumpster fire, but we have nice warm-up jerseys.
Yeah.
Like,
Our warm-up jerseys, fire. Our
oh,
game jerseys, fire.
or everything else?
On fire.
Yeah. Oh, that's perfect.
Someone clip that.
Oh, we're clipping that. What is it? 30 minutes? Got it. Okay, writing that down. 30 minutes on fire, roughly. Oh God, that's funny. But yeah, that's the whole Canucks fiasco. If we go anymore, we'll not let Matty Ice come in and talk about football. But
Yep.
well, speaking of warm-up jerseys, we'll go into this one. A pretty polarizing topic, and it can, depending on what side you hang on and stuff like that, it can be really um crazy.
One-sided.
Yeah, but Ivan Provorov, defenseman, Russian defenseman for the Philadelphia Flyers, decided to opt out of warm-ups on Pride Night for Philadelphia because it was part of his religion that he doesn't, I guess, like
Agree with
or
the
like represent himself
yeah.
in that. Uh, he says that it's part of his religion. Tortorella said he respected his decision, didn't think twice about sitting him. There's a lot of insiders. Like he came out and he said that he was willing to face the media and talk about hockey and stuff like that. He says that he respects everyone. It's just that it's part of his religion and stuff, and he wants to follow that. There are some insiders saying if you respected everyone, then you would have put on the jersey. There are some people saying that if you don't want political stances, don't do anything political in the league, which I can also understand. There are some people in the LGBTQ plus community saying that, like harping on their own community, saying that if you need this to feel validated, then you need to take a good look in the mirror because if you need this to be validated, then like what the fuck are you living for? Like enjoy life. Like you're
Hmm.
thinking about too much. Hayden, I've said a lot. I've said a few different views that have been stated. What's your opinion on it? And like I know there's bigger fish to fry because like it's it's someone making a decision and no matter what we say, it's not gonna change.
Yeah.
But where do you stand on this and like your thoughts on Provorov's stance?
I mean, obviously the day and age now, it's like there's gonna be certain aspects in life where you just don't agree or you completely agree with someone. Oh, good goal by the Canucks. I don't know if you just saw that.
Oh no,
Um,
I'm behind like per usual. We'll see in
oh
just a
fuck.
second here.
Yeah, there you go. But as Jevon watches this, nice goal from you'll see. Uh
Like
you
We're in the Canucks defensive zone right now. That's how far back
Oh
it is.
fuck yeah, okay. Well, there's a face off that happens because of an icing. Um
Hayden's in the third period right now. I'm at the 13-minute mark of the second.
Jesus Christ. No, you are very behind. Oh my God. But yeah, so people are gonna have different views on this whole meaning. And I think a lot of time has, kind of boiled up where a lot of religions don't agree with homosexuality. That's not something new. So a hockey player not wearing a pride jersey because of a religion thing. Now, whether it is true or he is a homophobe, I don't think we'll ever know. But I do kind of agree with a lot of the people that I have been seeing on social media who are part of the LGBT community. And it's like, if you need this to feel validated, then like, why?
Yeah.
Like, you are part of that community. And a lot of them say, like, we don't need a day. Like, a lot of us don't feel like we need a day or a month for all of this. So if you're really getting that butthurt about it, then how insecure are you? And to a certain extent, obviously, I'm not part of the LGBTQ plus community, but I feel like I can kind of agree with those terms because you obviously homosexuality, you're in a big minority. A lot of people see that as a sin, but be proud of yourself, be proud of who you are.
Yeah.
Certain people like different things, so you can't hide behind, a darker shadow because then you're just not going to live life.
Yeah.
And um I stand with people who are part of the LGBT community. So I would also like to maybe feel enlightened about the situation and how, other people are affected by it. But from the majority I've seen, people are like, it's not a big fucking deal.
Yeah. Like I a part of Barstool, however you want to um view Barstool or whatever, but they have this podcast Out and About. It's hosted by two gay hosts, and they're really funny. And they've had this stance. They're like, look, we don't need the colorful logos, the days, the whole things. It's like, just don't be a piece of shit to us and we'll be fine. Like,
Yeah.
just don't be a piece of shit. And like, we don't need the pride parades. We don't need this, that. We don't need the colorful logos. Just respect me. I'll respect you. Let's move on.
Hmm.
It's like, as long as you're not a piece of shit to me, then like, I'm not going to be a piece of shit to you. Like, it's that simple, right?
Yeah.
And if you're worried about whether this game is for you and people will welcome you in if you're a part of the LGBTQ plus community, of course we will. Like it's natural, but like again, like everyone has their opinions and it's just part of the world that people might not agree with, and it's just a matter of being strong and moving on. And
Exactly.
yeah.
And if
So
we didn't have controversy in the world, then we would never have greatness.
exactly. Yeah.
So,
No, 100%. So glad you view it that way as well. Um, Stamkos, polarizing player, one of the best goal scorers in the league in terms of if you look
Stammer,
at
Sammer.
Stammer's hammer, baby. Let's get it. 12-3 on the season. I had a clipped 500. Had an absolute week thanks to this.
Thanks to Steven
Thanks to
Stamkos.
thanks to
Jeez.
this fucking hammer that Stammer has. Scores a hat trick and 500th goal against the Canucks. That was one of my locks of the day. Right before puck drop, I was I was at work. Told everyone I was like, Stamkos anytime goal scorer, lock it in because everybody,
Oh yeah.
I mean everybody, gets a milestone against the Canucks.
Yeah, no,
Whenever
it's actually
there's
kind of crazy.
whenever there's a milestone in like
Vancouver.
if the light at the end of the tunnel is the milestone and you're playing the Canucks, they'll give you a ride to that light at the end of the tunnel because you're gonna get it against the Canucks.
Oh yeah.
You could be 5 goals away from like Ovechkin.
Oh dude,
Gre
that's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Gretzky's record is 894. Ovechkin will be at 890 and get his 895th of that game against Vancouver. He will score 5 goals in a game so that he could get it against Vancouver.
Oh,
That's a fucking
100%.
lock. If I could, yes,
Bet it
Hayden,
now in the
if we could
future.
find a way to put a futures bet on Ovechkin breaking his record against Vancouver, please,
Oh, you
we
have to
have to
put at least
sprinkle on it.
$10 on that. Like
Dude,
the odds of that
100%.
hitting are very slim, but they're going to happen.
It's going. Everyone's gotten their first goal against the Canucks.
Well, didn't
Everyone,
he score 800 against Vancouver? I'm pretty sure he
No,
scored his 800th against Vancouver, no?
Ovechkin.
Yeah.
He might have. I know he set the record for most away goals in NHL history against Vancouver.
Oh my
I
God.
know I
Oh,
know
that could have been it.
Oh, that could have been 800. I forgot that he's not like 90 goals away from 800, like over 800. Like that was just this season. But yeah, no, Stamkos, if it wasn't for all of his injuries, like broken nose, broken legs, backs, and stuff like that, he could be on pace to catch or get close to Gretzky, no doubt about it. Stamkos has been such a prolific goal scorer in this league, and he's been one of my favorite players. And
All-time Canadian.
congratulations to him. It's been a shame that he hasn't been able to represent Canada at the Olympics. Um, we need to get him in a Canada jersey ASAP Rocky because he's, like you said, he's one of the Canadian hockey legends, and he's just been unfortunate injuries that's ruined his parts of his career, but he still continues to score at such a high rate. So congratulations to Stamkos. Um, we'll cover the All Stars at the end of this segment. McDavid, speaking of goals, against Vancouver the other night, scores his 40th goal in 48 games. This guy,
Surely that's some type of record, right?
this guy is a psycho. I mean, like Gretzky got 50 and 39, so like
Oh, okay. Never mind.
it's not quite 50 and 50. Like, but for someone who's a playmaker, getting 40 and 48, he really said like what
He could
I
get 60 goals this year.
Yeah, I can't remember where I put this, but he said, or like I said, McDavid took the Matthews is better than McDavid comments personally and said, "All right, you're saying this because Matthews got 60. All right, I'll just go get 60 and then I'll just be way better than him and
Oh
get like
yeah.
so much more points."
Isn't he
And
almost at 100 points already too?
yeah, probably, yeah. If he's at 40 goals, there's no way.
Yeah, right. Hold on. Let me fact check this.
Well, in that shortened year, like that 56 game season, you got 100 points.
Yeah, no, that
Like that's insane. What's he at right now?
88.
Oh my God, this guy is a psycho.
88 points
In
in
48,
48 games.
yeah, this
He
guy's
has an
crazy.
assist a game and almost a goal a game.
This guy-
Fuck me.
Hot take. McDavid is good at
McDavid's
hockey.
hot take. McDavid is the best hockey player.
Yeah, it shouldn't even be a question that he's the most talented hockey player to ever play. Like that is a fact. And obviously he needs to get he's a Hall of Famer right now, and he's what, 26 or some shit?
Uh, he's 2 years older than us.
Yeah, he's 26.
He just
25,
turned.
26.
He just had his birthday 11 days ago.
Yeah, and he's already a Hall of Famer. It's insane. But yeah, shout out McDavid. I don't know if you saw this reverse hit or interference on Eric Stahl by Mike Matheson. Um, if you're not, quickly go on Twitter or something like that. I'll cover some other topics, but you need to see this Mike Matheson Eric Stahl hit. Just type that up, you'll see it. Um, yeah, he got fined for $5,000 for that. I think it could have been a questionable suspension. It wasn't a penalty on the play either. It was a joke of a play by him. But I think a fine is fair. Um, Cole Caulfield, unfortunately, out for the rest of the season with shoulder surgery. He was going to hit like 40 goals this year, not a doubt in my mind. Breakout season for him. It's amazing what Martin St. Louis has done for him in his career. Already at such a young age. But Canadians GM Kent Hughes has stated that he wants to sign Cole Caulfield to a long-term contract, which doesn't surprise me. But Hayden, I want to ask you, what do you think a long-term contract, numbers and everything like that looks like for Cole Caulfield?
Ooh, man. I mean, it's got to be above the upper echelon of what you think. He's a young guy, young kid. great goal scorer.
Cap's
Was
going up in the next couple years.
Yeah, so you probably want to get on that quickly. I have to imagine the cap's gonna just keep rising and rising and rising every year. So it'll be kind of like the Patrick Mahomes sort of deal, but not to that extent. Just sign him
Caught
for long. Yeah,
Caulfield,
could you
8 years,
imagine
50 mil a year.
taking up the whole cap in 1 year?
80% of the
Uh
cap is the Cole Caulfield. It's like
yeah, no,
yeah, cap space, bud, but we can't sign anyone else now.
yeah, it's fine. Caulfield's just the whole thing. No,
Yeah.
but I feel like that's where you kind of how you gotta base it off of sign him long, sign him for what seems like a high ass deal now, but in 4 years you're gonna look on it and he's gonna be halfway through his deal and you're like, damn, this was a steal because Caulfield is fucking good.
What annual average or average annual value would you sign to Cole Caulfield? Because it's probably going to be an 8 year deal.
Yeah, I was thinking 8 by 9 almost.
I was gonna say like 8 by 8.5 kind of thing, 8 by 8. It's gonna
Yeah,
be $8-9 million a year around there. I think
he'll,
9 mil might be a bit too much right now, but I also think it's just like you
but you could
see
also
it in
look
a
on it in 3 years and be like, we're only paying him 9 mil.
yeah, exactly.
So
I think it's gonna be like $8.5 million he gets if I
yeah,
had to guess, but I wouldn't be surprised. Anything less than 8 mil is a steal.
absolutely.
So
Absolutely. So I have to say rest in peace because he was on my fantasy team and that looked like such an amazing trade that I had with Donald for it. And then he
uh
just goes on IR and Chris Letang is nowhere to be found and I lose out on that trade. But you know what? Players make plays.
yeah.
So
Um, Sticking with the shoulder injuries, Josh Norris, just 3 games after returning from shoulder injury, is back on the IR for the rest of the season. He got shoulder surgery. Dude's trying to say surgery. Shoulder surgery is so much harder, and I've had to
tongue
say it.
twister.
I've
Jesus Christ.
Dude, I'm breaking in my new tongue apparently, but I've had to say that so many times this episode. Shoulder surgery. It's hard not to do the esh. But
Sh-
yeah, he's out for the year. Just so tough after returning so quickly and then back on the IR for the rest of the season. So unfortunate for a young guy. Evander Kane returns from injury. Evander Kane, not Patrick Kane. Um,
yep.
and they played. They were hosting Tampa Bay, and Patrick Maroon went out of his way to get to center ice and talk to Evander Kane. Catch up with him, see how he was doing, make sure everything was okay. It was a really nice embrace and sign of sportsmanship from Patrick Maroon because what he did was such a freak accident, and he was traumatized to know that like he did that to Evander Kane. I don't know if you listened to his interview on Chicklets, but he said he was like, I can't believe I did that. Um, and it was just so unfortunate to see that play. So to see Maroon do that with Evander Kane was really nice to see. Um, what were you dropping your jaw at?
That just unnecessary as hit.
Oh, on Mike Matheson.
Yeah, what the fuck was that?
Yeah, buried his shoulder into his face.
Like he just stopped. Like he knew he wasn't. What the fuck?
And that wasn't a penalty.
How? How's that
Yeah,
not interference, man?
that was the most blatant interference I've ever seen in my life, and it just wasn't a penalty.
Like he saw that he was behind. He's like, "Fuck, I need to gain some space." Boom.
Like that wasn't
Jesus.
even a reverse hit. Like Stahl wasn't gonna hit him.
No.
He was just innocent.
Yeah, that's very sus.
Yeah, he got fined $5,000 for that. Um,
As he should.
yeah. Ryan Miller, American legend, has been retired, but he got his number 30 in the Buffalo Sabres rafters. Congratulations to him. He had Buffalo legend stints in St. Louis, Vancouver, and Anaheim. 391, 289, 1 and 87 record. He had 284, 186, 1 and 56 record with Buffalo. 2000, 2001 Hobie Baker winner. 2009, 2010 Vezina winner, and 2010 Olympic silver medalist for Team USA. Uh, Last note here, we'll go over the All-Star game. players. So the rest of the players were announced into the rosters. Not all of them was like one forward, one defenseman. All of them did get goalies voted in, but not all of them. Like I'm pretty sure the Atlantic doesn't have one single defenseman on their team. I think that's fair. If all the defensemen suck, I think they should just pick the 9 best players. Um, quick question, answer quick. What are your thoughts on at least one player from every team represented?
Good.
Good?
Yeah, I mean, it's always fun because if you don't get someone in there, it's kind of just like, damn.
Yeah. I guess so. It just sucks because the snubs are out of this world, but um so the fan voted players are from the Central, you got Rantanen, McKinnon, Hellebuck. Um I McKinnon has been very good, but he was hurt for a bit. Um so I may have gone a different direction. Do I know
Hmm.
who? Can't
Probably
say I
not.
do. But that division is kind of sucks. But but like players like Kairu, um, but he might take Tarasenko's spot if he's hurt. Um, even like Jamie Benn, he's been really consistent all year. Playing
Hmm.
with Robertson, he's been a really good player. But I guess you got to get the stars in there, so I understand McKinnon going in. And Hellebuck, he's been one of the best goalies. He should have
Oh
gotten a
yeah.
nod right away. But Central has 2 really good goalies. Um, Atlantic, you got Matthews, Pasternak, Vasilevsky. Matthews, strictly fans voting him in.
Toronto
I think
classic.
that was bullshit. I think there's maybe 4 players that should have been voted in before him.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, is it 2-2 now?
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, what the fuck was that? Like,
I
what
was
is
trying to be subtle.
that?
Kuzmenko got a goal too.
Kuzmenko scored again?
Yeah, he scored again on a nice tip.
Let's go.
Yeah.
I'm still like 8 years behind, so
Yeah.
um no, but even for the Atlantic, like I think players like Nylander, Rasmus Dahlin, Tim Stutzel, Cole Caulfield, like they were all trending on different platforms
Hmm.
and somehow didn't get in. So people were very skeptical on how this fan voting worked. Because I strictly think that they may have just been like, no, let's get Matthews in there. But
Yeah,
he's
probably.
he's been like the third or fourth best player on his own team. So whatever, but Matthews, Pasternak, Vasilevsky, I can understand. All the rest of the Atlantic goalies have been kind of I don't know.
Yeah.
But Vasilevsky, he's still having a solid year. It's just not up to his standards, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Uh, Pacific, Draisaitl, Horvat, Skinner. Pretty
Nailed it.
chalk. Pretty
I
chalk.
I can't believe I like said Skinner as like a kind of a joke and it actually happened. I was like, oh, sick.
But honestly, like, this isn't a jab at Skinner, but Loki is. There's not much other goalie we could have picked, and Skinner, it hasn't been amazing.
No,
But
because it's not like you're putting Markstrom in there who's been ass.
yeah,
It's not
like
like you're
Mar.
putting Reimer in there.
Oh, that was a nice tip from Kuzmenko. Wow, nice redirect. Maybe Martin Jones. He's been pretty solid for Seattle,
Yeah,
but
yeah, actually Martin Jones, yeah, he would have been a good one.
I also think like Skinner for like a 23-year-old coming in and being a solid goalie and kind of turning Edmonton around at a quick glance like early on, I think deserves an all-star nod.
Hmm.
And Metropolitan, Panarin, Fox, Sorokin. I
I
think
like
Adam
it.
Fox deserves it 100%. I think he's top 3 defenseman in this league.
Hmm.
So let's see who else I maybe would put in. I think Martin Nakash maybe deserved from Carolina. Um, New Jersey could have put Jesper Bratt in there over Panarin. Maybe Travis Konechny, like you said, he's over a point per game in Philadelphia. That's got to say something. Maybe Evgeny Malkin from Pittsburgh. He's been
Hmm.
really good as well. But I guess Panarin, he's really good. So I guess I can understand it. But but yeah, that's the All-Star rosters. Was there anyone else you would maybe swap out from the fan voted picks, or did we kind of just like cover it?
I think we covered it. Yeah,
What are your thoughts on the jerseys?
very below average.
I like them. I think they're solid.
I don't know. I feel like they could have done a more like since they're kind of going retro. I feel like they definitely could have done a better retro jersey for it, just because like it's not bad, but it's not something to write home about in my opinion. You know?
I think they went the Miami Heat like Miami Vice jerseys.
Yeah, I
I
like.
think I think they went that direction because it's in Florida and stuff, so they kind of went that
Yeah,
way.
that's not bad. But I
But
don't think it. I think they could have done a little bit better, in my opinion. That's just me.
that's fair. I think they're very solid. Um, but to each their own, I guess. Do you
To
have
each their own.
do you have a preference on what one you like better, or are they
Um,
both just kind of on the same?
they're both kind of on the same. I think I'd have to give the nod to probably the East.
The Eastern ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Eastern ones are without the black, right?
Oh, I thought the Eastern ones were the black.
I could
Are they the white?
I don't have them pulled up right now. I could be completely screwing the pooch right now, to be honest.
Yeah, I didn't mind the black ones. That was the one that I didn't
Let's
mind.
see.
Let me see.
All right, you got it. You pull it up.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, the Eastern is the one with the black.
okay,
Yeah. See?
my bad.
Oh, maybe not. But it's the one on that
Yeah,
side.
yeah, I
Yeah.
got it. Yeah, right there. Yeah, right there.
Okay.
All right.
But yeah,
That's some hockey talk right now. Canucks 2-2 with 2 minutes left. I guess it's the intermission's
with
probably over.
56 seconds.
Okay, I'm at 2 minutes and 20 seconds right now.
Okay, yeah, no,
That's
it's
how much
it's
it's behind.
56 seconds, yeah. Quick hockey thing. If the Avalanche win and I have a chance to cash out and the game's looking like it's gonna head 2-2 into the third, should I ride it out or should I cash out for as much money as I can?
You need over 6.5 in Vancouver, Chicago, and
Yeah.
over 6.5 in that game.
No, I just need the Avalanche to win, and the Avalanche are looks like they're gonna win. They have 9 seconds left until the game ends, 3-2.
Okay, so then you just have the Canucks Chicago over 6.5.
Yeah, and it looks like I can probably cash out when it's like the second intermission.
We'll see. We'll see what it is, but like I wouldn't be surprised if it's like 3-3 goes into overtime.
Well, yeah, 30 seconds. It's hard to say because they don't let you cash out like at all the times. You know what I mean? They're like very stiffler on that. I can
Yeah.
cash out right now for $97.
And you put in a $9 bet.
Yeah, I think I gotta take it. I'm taking it.
All right.
Yeah, cashed out $97. I'm happy.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, we're letting it ride, and we're well, I don't even know what I was gonna say, but Matt Clarkson um is coming into the call. I'm gonna talk some football here. He's connecting to the audio as of right now, and he doesn't have a face. So we'll see what happens here. But Hayden, you can kind of tossing it over laterally and it over to you.
There you go on a last second hitch play.
Yeah, last second hit flea flicker. Um Jacoby Myers toss back to Chandler Jones.
Oh, touchdown.
Yeah.
Game
My
over.
Patriots to Matt's Raiders.
Oh boy. I hope he heard that.
I hope you heard that too, but he's connecting to the audio for 15 minutes now. There he is.
Oh,
Connected.
he's connected. Oh,
And
he's
he's on
muted
mute.
now. But it's fine. We'll go over a couple little things first.
Yeah.
Sean Payton sweepstakes are heating up. Seems like things could be actually moving along. Seems like the Broncos, the Panthers, and the Cardinals are back in it, and now there's a mystery team. i.e. Dallas Cowboys, i.e. Chargers, whoever. Could happen.
Who do you think
Uh,
needs his services most?
I think Justin Herbert needs his services the most, but
Yeah.
I think Denver needs him the most. But we'll stop it for a bit. We now from left side heavy, welcome on Matt Clarkson,
Hey guys, how's
uh
it going?
former LCP alumni in the building.
How's it going?
Let's go now. Welcome.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
It's been a long time coming, my friend.
Yeah, no, I mean, when I was working with you guys still, you guys were just starting out, and it's kind of cool to see you guys like, chasing your dreams. It's cool.
Yeah, we're just kind of pumping out some shitty podcasts, man, but we're having fun doing it.
Nice, nice.
You can hop on for the ride, my friend.
Yeah, absolutely.
How's life, man? How's life?
It's been good. Yeah, just working, having fun on the days off, and yeah, it's just been a blast.
What are you up to right now? What are you working?
I'm working as a firefighter right now, and
Oh, that's right. You're still doing that.
yeah. Yeah. How about you guys? Are you guys still working with LCP as well?
I'm actually not.
Yeah, Hayden,
Oh,
you go.
yeah.
You go first, bud. You go first.
I got a different job at a millwright company with like
Oh,
a old
cool.
family friend. Yeah, so I mean, you ever need any cabinets built, Matt? I'm your guy. I just built my bed frame on Saturday. Have already like cleared out 90% of the closet and just shoved it underneath the bed. So it's pretty sick.
Big wood guy. Hey?
Oh,
Big wood guy.
big wood guy. Yeah, not
Yeah.
compensating for anything.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm just going to BCIT for radio right now, so I'm just working at Papa Leo's right now few times a week.
Nice.
Just trying to make ends meet till I get a full-time job. But yeah, we're surviving, living the dream.
Good for you.
Right? Not much more I can ask for.
Yeah.
Not much more I can ask for. But no, yeah, how's the firefighting going? Where are you stationed?
Stationed in Surrey. Yeah, it's been good. Yeah, it's like learning a lot and work with awesome people. So it's been great.
Fucking rights. Fucking rights. Do
Yeah.
you want to talk about the Raiders season, or would you rather move on
Well,
to playoff football?
we can breeze over it before we go to the playoff stuff. But yeah, it's been a tough year in my house because my fiance, she's a Packers fan, so
Oh,
it's been a pretty tough year for watching games at our place. But
oh, that's tough. Hey, man, congrats on putting the ring on her finger.
thank you.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
Yeah,
special
it's a big
congratulations.
milestone. Yeah, pretty excited.
Fucking rights.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's
Hell
awesome.
yeah, man. Hell yeah. Hell
You
yeah. I
got that
love it.
nice Raiders to Packers connection though, Aaron Rodgers maybe potentially being traded to the Raiders to go see
Yeah,
Beyonce again.
and next year they're playing in Vegas. Like Packers are
Oh,
playing in Vegas, so might have to make a trip down for that, get a cheap
I
flight. And
Might
definitely
have
think
to.
you
You
have to
have
do
to.
that. Yeah.
yeah, I think it'd be hard not to. She really wants to go to Lambeau, but that's
Mm.
not really like a fun trip. Like,
Yeah.
you're just
Let's go to Wisconsin. Said
yeah.
no one ever.
But to be fair, it'd be pretty cool to see a game in Lambeau, I'm sure.
Oh,
Your
100%.
honeymoon is Wisconsin.
Yeah.
It's like I want to go to Wisconsin for a honeymoon. No, you want to go to Lambeau.
I
Okay.
think she'd be pretty down for that.
You plan like you build your own cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, what else? I don't know. We go to like a Boston Pizza or something. I don't know.
No, it's just
What
called
else?
Boston in the States.
What else is there to do in Wisconsin? I don't know. But
Cheer for Milwaukee if they're playing at that time. I don't know.
yeah, I don't know.
This year we got pretty lucky with NFL games. We went to two like Seahawks games, and the first one was when they were playing the Raiders, and there was that like it went
What
to
a
overtime,
game.
and it was that
What a game.
walk off rush touchdown. It was so hype. It was so much fun.
Yeah, our buddy Ian was crying in his grave after that one.
Yeah, I was so pumped. You never seen like a entire stadium just empty, sad, like, and I was just there screaming in happiness. It was awesome. And
That's
then
hilarious.
the second one we went to, I just got late tickets like the Raiders or not the Seahawks last home game, and
Against the Rams?
that also went to overtime. So it was like both games we went to were just unreal.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Our teams were gonna go to overtime before Chandler Jones picked off Jacoby Myers.
I know that was like another one I was watching. I was like, how did that happen?
I was
It's
I was genuinely like speechless. I've never been that speechless before in my life. But when I tell you like I couldn't speak, I couldn't have words leave my mouth, I was being serious. I was
Yeah,
like,
you
what
needed
the
like a couple
fuck?
of days to debrief after that for
Yeah.
a bit. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, what? It's not like we were losing. We could have just like ran the clock out and gone to overtime.
Yeah.
That's actually so funny that like all of our teams have like kind of seen each other. Like the Saints absolutely kicked the shit out of the Raiders, and then the Raiders won in dramatic fashion against the Pats. Jeez. What a
Damn.
year. What a
Yeah,
year for all failures of our teams.
yeah. And we got the Canucks.
Yeah, let's go.
But
Tough year for
yeah.
everybody.
Oh yeah, we're hurting. We're hurting. We're down bad. But Hayden, or I guess Matt before he came in, Hayden was talking about Sean Payton. Sweepstakes are heating up. We both think that the team that needs him most is Herbert and the Chargers. But what team do you think could use Sean Payton's services the most?
Yeah, I think
Realistically, of the teams that are in the sweepstakes, not like
I think when you think about it in the way that also like what's attractive to him, it's got to be the Chargers because they just have a pretty developed roster, whereas like a lot of the other teams, it's like a full rebuild and like usually when a head coach is like looking for a job, they're looking for a team that already has a quarterback, right? And I think with Justin Herbert, like he's your guy, right? So yeah, I think there's no question it's Chargers, but it just depends if he wants to coach, right? Like that's a full-time job, like it's a commitment. So
He seems pretty committed. And the only thing that stops the Chargers, like I think the Chargers would be the best destination, but I think it's going to be the Broncos because the Broncos pay coaches, the Chargers don't. Like Brandon Staley isn't even making 10 mil,
yeah.
and Sean Payton's looking like 20, 25.
yeah.
So that's where I see the Broncos ownership coming in because they own Walmart and coaches' salaries don't matter towards the cap. So
Yeah.
they're probably like, yeah, well, if you're being like this, you're gonna have to fix Russ. And it almost looked like Russ was gonna come to New Orleans last year, but then Sean Payton stepped away and that whole shit went down. So
Yeah. And then even if both sides want to do it, then like they also would maybe have to trade for them with the Saints, right? Like
you can only do pick trading, and that's the
yeah.
compensation. Like I think the minimal pick trades is what the Saints are asking. Like I've seen a bunch, but I have to imagine you're asking the first and a second in this year's draft.
I heard they want at least like oh okay, yeah, in this year's draft.
Minimal.
I heard they want at least 2 first-round picks. That's what I saw. It was like in the
Yeah.
package itself, they want at least 2 first. So like that's a haul for a coach, but you kind of see the resume that Peyton has and like what he does to teams. And like Saints were always a tough match, no matter what, whenever Peyton was coaching them.
Oh
And
yeah.
I think that he can do so much for the likes of Herbert and that team. And I mean, I can't even really gauge on what the Broncos are going to be next year because was it Wilson or was it Hackett? Was it both? Like there was just so like I think honestly Hackett was a fucking idiot more than Wilson was bad.
Mhm.
And I would be really curious to see Peyton have another stint in Denver and see what he can do with Russ because that roster is talented.
The
You can't.
defense is insane.
That defense is insane. Sutton, Judy, and Hamler is a good wide receiving core. You have Javonte
Williams.
Williams, who's a very good running back. Wilson, I can't imagine a quarterback dropping off that much from Wilson in Seattle to Wilson in Denver. Like I just can't find it realistic to it being the truth. So I
Mhm.
think Wilson has more in him than what he showed this year. So I wouldn't be surprised if he goes to Denver, get paid, try it out, see what he can do with Wilson. And if he doesn't like it, just fucking retire.
Yeah. No, I agree. It'd be really fun to see how he does in Matt's division to see exactly what he would do to the Raiders.
Yeah, it was like what everybody thought that division was gonna look like. Everyone was thinking like
Oh
Raiders
my
are gonna be at the
God.
top. Everyone was saying how Kansas City was gonna fall off, and it's just did not turn out that way.
No,
I
not at all.
had Chargers winning the AFC and everyone in that division having a winning record.
Yeah,
And
Yeah.
just didn't turn out good.
no, this wasn't even close to that. I
It's
didn't
like
get one
it's like
thing
fantasy
right.
football. Like you feel great coming at your predictions at the beginning, and then just all falls apart.
Oh yeah. I was like
Absolutely.
when like Mayweather and Pacquiao fought, everyone called it the greatest fight of all time before it even started, and it was very below average. Everyone was saying, "Yo, this division is going to be the greatest division we've ever seen," and it
Yeah,
was not like that at all.
Shit.
Yeah,
Absolute shit.
it was
best
horrible.
division on paper, but yeah, it didn't turn out that way.
Yeah, yeah, it didn't turn out at all.
But anyways, to get this episode now started, or to get this little bit starting of football, we'll review the last week of football, boys. Um, the divisional round. What I thought could have been like a very, very good weekend of games. Only turned out to be one very interesting game, and that was because Mahomes wasn't playing for a little bit of the time, so it actually kind of got close. But we'll start on Saturday where the Chiefs, I guess you could say, squeak out a win versus Jacksonville, but I feel like it just kind of shows you the depth that Kansas City has, even when their $50 million quarterback goes down, but yet Chad Henne still leads a 90-yard plus drive for a touchdown. Someone take this away because the Chiefs, man.
Go ahead, Maddie.
Yeah, I mean it is pretty cool, and it shows you like the level of coaching, right? That like Andy Reid's like one of the best coaches ever, because like yeah, you have a guy that's probably hasn't not played any game like snaps in the game, and also like usually in practices like in the NFL, like the backup's not getting any reps at all. So like for him to come in and just like yeah, like you said, just like pop off a 90 play drive, it's like pretty impressive and shows how good a team they are. And then also like Mahomes is playing when he did come back, he's playing with like one leg and just still just dicing it up. Like it's yeah, he's him. Like he's just on another level. Like yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah,
Mahomes scrambling is scary, but Mahomes with time is even
yeah,
scarier.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
just like, and I think like what makes Kansas City so like frightening is that like yeah, they don't have Tyreek anymore, but like they have comparable receivers. They got Juju, they got Kadarius Toney, and they're receivers that you're able to adjust their route running to be able to get hit quick because Mahomes doesn't have time to extend plays, so he needs to get the ball out of his hands quick. And Kadarius Toney and Juju Smith-Schuster are able to run those drag routes, 5 yard in routes, slants, and pick up yards after the catch. Where it's like they're not receivers like Mike Williams who are just deep threats, 50-50 ball catchers who don't really have much after the catch. And then everyone knows about Kelsey. I don't even have to bring him up. He literally just
yeah.
finds a soft spot in the zone coverage and he'll
That's
find
it.
him.
He's
It's
just he's uncoverable. Like
yeah, it's impossible because
you'll watch a play, he's like getting held by like two guys, double coverage, and he still just like drags them for
yeah,
a big catch.
he'll just outrun you because he's that insane athletically. And I feel
Yeah,
like Mahomes doesn't really give him plays. He's just like, I'll find you.
Yeah.
Just like go do
yeah.
whatever you want. It's
He'll
And
like
when
make you
okay.
Kels
better.
has a route and Mahomes like to Kelsey, it's like just try and find somewhere where no one else is.
Yeah. So that's what makes Kansas City so dangerous. And all of a sudden, like the revival of Jerick McKinnon, he's fine. It seems like he's finding the end zone every week now.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, that sprained ankle sucks for him, but now it's just like with how good Andy Reid is, he can just adjust their offense to quick hitting plays and then let the playmakers get upfield, right? So
Mm.
it's
Yeah,
they're so versatile.
it'll be interesting to see like with like a high ankle sprain, right? Because that's like, and he had adrenaline like last game. It'll be interesting to see like how mobile he actually is like in the next game, because that's like a tough injury to play with.
It's one of
I
the
can't
worst
wait to
injuries.
see his ankle just fucking taped to shit where it's like this fucking big.
Yeah.
Spatted, yeah.
Yeah. It's like, all right, heating it up every time you're just not there, just getting it all ready. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some
No.
bunch of take a bunch of painkillers right before and good to go.
See how it plays out after.
Yeah, 100%.
Then you get a 2-week rest if you make it to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But no, that was Saturday day. But then Saturday night, we saw an absolute pounding as the Eagles showed the Giants the 50 states.
Yeah.
It wasn't even a game.
No.
Like, not even a game the whole time. And I just remember we got into Earl's and it was 21-0. And I'm like, cool.
Yeah.
This is terrible.
All right. Sick.
Yeah.
Danny Dimes gave all his change to the hobo on fucking in Manhattan.
It was Danny Pennies that game.
Yeah, he had no dimes to play with against the Eagles. He was just his stat line was like what 10 for 27, 109 and a pick.
And a pick. Yeah. No, it was
like
oof.
Not the greatest showing from Daniel Jones, but overall, to give the Giants their flowers, like Dable deserves Coach of the Year, and I think Jones bought him a couple more years in New York to see if he can be the future quarterback for this team, because he had a really good year. He was a lot more disciplined than he has been in past years,
Mm-hmm.
and I think Dable was able to get to him, but I just think the Eagles are that fucking good, and that extra week to prepare, people were saying maybe they might be rusty. It just seemed to help them. So I don't think it was much of a knock on Daniel Jones, but just a good game plan from Sirianni and the Eagles, in my opinion.
Yeah. Matt, what do you think about this game?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to be like the former offensive lineman that's like talking about offensive line play, but like they just came out and like were dominant. Like,
oh, absolutely. Lane
just
Johnson just shut the door on Thibodeau.
Yeah, they're just running all over the place. And yeah, I mean, I kind of thought maybe coming off the bye and then like Hurts being like
kind of injured,
I thought that maybe, and then like early in the game, Hurts had like a nice like touchdown run, or like it was just like, yeah, like they're definitely good. So
yeah. And funniest stat line ever, Boston Scott, 18 total touchdowns in his career. Can anyone guess what it is or how many he has against the Giants?
8.
Jeff, what do you think?
I'm gonna guess like 13.
He's 11.
Oh, it's close.
Right
11 of 18 of his touchdowns are against the Giants.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like, surely when they get down to the red zone, they're like, hey, Miles, come out. Like, Boston needs his touchdown.
Pretty much.
Just something.
That's like DeAndre Swift this season. He would like break off a 30-yard run to get to the 1 and then sub him out for Jamal Williams, and Jamal Williams would get the touchdown.
Yeah, literally, I'm gonna pick up like Boston Scott on a deep league and just play him anytime he goes up against the Giants.
Yeah.
It's ipso facto.
Yeah.
But moving on to Sunday, in which what I thought would have been like the best 7 hours of football turned out to be
trash.
Anything else that I could do, like on Sunday, I was doing it because, oh my God, the Bengals are like for real. I'm so ready to put that bet, Joe, that we were talking about, like Joe Burrow MVP next year, because he played with 1/5 of a starting line that he had and still only got sacked one time and absolutely torched Buffalo.
Yeah. I saw this really interesting clip and I really agree with it. It's from Nick Diaz, a Veterans Minimum, and he says like if there's any quarterback I'm choosing to have just a game where he doesn't make dumb decisions, it's Joe Burrow.
100%.
He just keeps a clean game, but he's not too game management type of style. Like he still makes plays, but he doesn't scramble to make a interception. He doesn't throw on the run into triple coverage. Like he's like, I don't have a play, I'll take the sack. If I'll run up, I'll try and throw it to where only my guy can get it, or I'm throwing it out of bounds. But he always just makes really good plays. He's so calm, cool, and collected in the pocket. And it's just like he doesn't really have anything that like jumps off the page, but he always finds a way to get the job done. And that's all you really need to be successful in this league, and he's finding ways to do it. So
absolutely.
yeah.
And Matt, what do you think about Joe Burrow? Was he like a good number 1 overall pick, or?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I'd say though too, like it shows how much, because like Burrow was playing well last year as well, but like when you look at like what the Bengals have done to their roster, because like a year ago, like I think probably to the game, we were talking about like them giving up 10 sacks in a game and they still won. But like, you know, yeah, now they're playing with like backups and still like dominating, and then their defensive line was just getting after the quarterback, and like Hawkinson, I don't know,
Hendrickson and Hubbard,
just a baller.
Oh,
he was a former New Orleans Saint, right?
Yeah, right hand
luck,
up,
but,
right hand up, yep.
But yeah, like just their defense looks really good too. So
and not even only Hendrickson, former Saint, but Von Bell also got a sack, former Saint. I love, just a quick little thing, I just love how we took Marcus Davenport. Not only did we take him in the first round, but we traded up, giving a first round pick to get him. Marcus Davenport had half a sack this year and half a pinky. And Hendrickson has been amazing, absolutely amazing. He's been like one of the best additions for the Bengals since I can remember, a great D-line addition from free agency. Just they got an absolute monster with him and Hubbard on there. It's like looking in a mirror and it's like these guys are brothers.
Yeah.
He's out there just playing gritty, no glove football, like
dude. Whenever I see a defensive lineman with no gloves, I'm like, okay, this guy's for real.
This guy's for real.
I want him on my team.
I think when he was still with the Saints, and maybe with Bengals too, like he's just rocking like long sleeves and no gloves.
Yeah,
it's just like, who is this greasy guy? And then you just see him play. He's just like he's kind of reminds me of Crosby, like on the Raiders, just like high motor, like constantly just chasing, getting after it. So
and two less gloves, you know.
Yeah.
He's also playing with a broken hand or a broken wrist.
Yeah.
Absolute football guy.
Just gritty.
Did you guys see that clip of Joe Burrow when he was on the Full Send podcast or the Nuff Boys podcast or whatever? Because they asked him, they were like, in the Super Bowl, you got sacked like 7 times? He was like,
yeah,
but like, he's like, sacks are like a super inflated stat, in my opinion. He's like, half the sacks in that game didn't really fucking matter. Like he said, if it was like 3rd and 13 and I was trying to get a first down and I got sacked, like that doesn't really say anything about the offensive line or anything. It's me just trying to make a play. Or if it's like 3rd and 10 and I drop back, it's like the sack doesn't really play a ton into it. He's like, obviously they still are important, but like getting sacked 7 times, probably less than half of them were like game-changing sacks that like really help the stats, but a lot of them don't help. And as soon as I saw that, I was like, he didn't like throw anyone under the bus, and like he's not really like worried about that part of his game. He's just gonna try and make plays. So I think that helps a lot to him succeeding over the likes of Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, and stuff like that.
Yeah. No, I definitely agree. But at the same time, I also don't in some sort of way, because it's like, okay, 3rd and 13. Like you can see quarterbacks making plays, you know? And I think, a lot of the offensive line was a big problem, but he's definitely turned it around and more or less made it so if the right decision's not out there, he's throwing it away and not making the stupid play, which is a way better than anything uh that Josh Allen has done this year.
Yeah.
And I still love Josh Allen. I still think so highly of him, but no, he had such a shit game, and it was tough to watch. Wasn't making the right reads, was trying
Yeah.
to play hero ball, and nothing was happening. And one big thing I think about the Bills that really bit them in the ass, they don't have a run game.
No.
I don't remember even seeing them go under center once,
Yeah.
unless it was a quarterback sneak.
Yeah.
So
They
yeah,
need to
just
utilize that more just to even keep the defense honest, right?
exactly, because you can't take a run from 3rd and 2 out of shotgun all the time. Like that's just
Yeah.
not going to work.
Yeah.
Especially in a game with like snow and like that game was, right? You gotta
100%.
gotta run the ball.
Absolutely.
Also,
Absolutely.
also, did you guys see that pregame clip of Burrow throwing that throwing that pass and then doing that like Joe
The
Cool like
little twirl.
spin?
Yeah.
I was like Bengals money line.
Yeah. Bet it all.
Bet the house, mom.
I swear, if Joe Burrow doesn't win, you just message him. He's got you. I
He'll
swear.
cover you. He'll cover.
Yeah.
Yeah. But final game on Sunday night. I knew it was gonna be a defensive battle, but holy shit! Like Dak Prescott, man, what the hell? What the hell? How can you come out and play so good against Dallas, who arguably
Tampa.
has,
Tampa.
or yeah, Tampa, sorry, who arguably has a top 10 defense. And then, yeah, the 49ers might be the best defense, but you didn't do anything.
$40 million.
Nothing. Oh my God. $40 million for what people say, like the Black Kirk Cousins. It's like, yeah, sometimes, yeah. Absolutely, sometimes, yeah.
Yeah. It's really hard to like no, and like this isn't like a thing to help Dak Prescott, it's just like as a fan, a better something like that. You got to be careful like having confidence in Dak coming off one of, if not his best game as a Cowboy, because he played lights out against Tampa.
Absolutely lights out.
It's so hard to like bet on that
Follow it
again.
back up. Yeah.
And I think severe regression I was anticipating. But yeah, it was a gritty defensive battle. I don't know. I was on the radio for BCIT practicum kind of thing, so I didn't catch a ton of the game. So I'm not too sure how the likes of San Francisco's offense played and stuff like that. I was just kind of following the scores and everything. So all I know is that it was a defensive battle, and San Francisco kind of got up from the start and kept it that way.
Yeah, it was a bore, but at least Purdy didn't make any mistakes. He never put the team in jeopardy. Whereas for the opposition, Dak was pretty awful, as he just threw it basically to the 49ers defense. And there's not really much else to say, but Matt, do you have any other like sort of opinion on this game?
Yeah, I was also working during, so I didn't get to watch a ton of it. But one thing, like the first thing I saw when I checked my phone was like, like worst last play attempt
Oh my
ever.
God.
And then I saw like I went and watched it, and I was like, that's what you came up with for your like last ditch effort, like
Season on the line.
yeah.
Yo,
Because
this
like every team like has a play. Like when I was in university, we for like 4 or 5 years we'd practice this every walkthrough, and it was like a Hail Mary tip drill like to another receiver for a touchdown, and like we practiced it like my whole time. We never used it, and then like the year after I graduated, I like was watching a game and they made it work, like that exact play that we practiced. And it's like those are like the kind of plays that you just like you don't really practice that much, but you practice it once a week before the game and just in case you need it. But like that's what you came up with, was like Zeke like snapping it and just getting like bull rushed.
Yeah, which I don't understand. Like if Zeke's taking the snap, obviously I get maybe the receivers, but you threw it to the inside. Why not throw it to the outside where there's blockers?
Yeah.
Like,
And then they threw it to the guy and he just immediately got crushed. Like,
immediately. Yeah. So
yeah.
yeah, one of like what play was worse? The Indianapolis play against the Patriots, where yeah, it barely even got snapped,
Yeah.
or this one where it was like there wasn't even an
Yeah.
attempt.
At least they
I
went in shotgun, but whereas Indy like was under center with
I think
one
that
guy.
I think that Indy play is the worst play I've ever seen because I
Yeah.
I still don't like know what they were trying to do. Whereas like Dallas, I saw Dak running towards the receiver, so I was think that he was
Can ladder or
throwing it
something.
and yeah, hook and ladder from the receiver, but he just got eaten up right away.
Yeah.
But they somehow outdid themselves from last year when Dak Prescott ran a
When
QB
Dak
run
Prescott
with
slipped.
no timeouts and 9 seconds left. He ran it. It's like
Yeah, no, that was pretty
okay,
fucking
They
brutal.
would have been better off trying to do what the Pats did against the Raiders on accident.
yeah.
Oh
So
boy.
yeah, Cowboys just continuously to outdo themselves. Will Sean Payton find his way in Dallas? We'll
I
see.
mean, obviously Jerry said like, yeah, McCarthy's job is safe, but
No job is ever safe in the NFL.
no job is ever safe. And
Unless
we
you're
know
like Bill
the
or Andy Reid or the likes of that. But like
oh
McCarthy,
yeah.
what the fuck has he done ever?
I also saw this one. Oh, he got a Super Bowl one with
It's one thing.
Rogers.
Yeah, no, but if you have Rodgers and Devontae and you only get one,
Kind of sad. Yeah.
Belichick got a ton with Brady and Walmart cashiers.
You're right. You're right. But you know what? I actually saw this one theory. Imagine this. Let's say the Chiefs win the Super Bowl. The surprise team is the Chiefs. Andy Reid retires, and Sean Payton gets to coach Patrick Mahomes like he always wanted to. Like there's that huge story that always came out, like right after draft day. If the Chiefs didn't come up in front of the Saints, they were going to take Mahomes. Like that was the biggest thing. That was what beat reporters were saying. It's like Mahomes could fall, and then the Chiefs jumped them. So if the Chiefs win and Reed retires, I could see Sean Payton going and see about Patrick Mahomes,
Maybe
which
that's
would
why
be
maybe
so scary
maybe that's why he's like thinking about it and he's not too sure if he wants to return because he's waiting to get an interview with
with Kansas City.
KC.
Dude,
I don't
that would be
hate that.
insane.
The rich get richer, man. They just like don't really.
Absolutely.
I mean, like,
And you know they would give up like 2
oh,
picks
dude, they don't give
at
a fuck
least.
about picks. They don't care.
Have the greatest quarterback. So
Obviously, picks don't matter when like they didn't really like put a ton into their wide receiving core. Like I think free agency is enough. They're just gonna be like, hey, do you want to sign with us and be one of Patrick Mahomes' weapons? Okay.
yes, please.
It's like he clearly finds a way to share the ball. So it's like picks aren't going to be, or at least like first round picks. It's like you're gonna make any receiver work with Mahomes.
Oh
So
yeah.
like the only one is like maybe defense because once like Chris Jones or like their defense gets older, those picks you might want to put in to like defensive players. But
Mhm.
in the short run that they have to try and become a dynasty and what they could become, picks aren't gonna matter.
No, definitely not.
So I would give him up for Sean Payton if Reed does decide to retire because that'd be crazy.
100%. But who knows? That's all up in the air. But we'll kind of review or not review, but we'll kind of see about this weekend's matchups as the Philadelphia Eagles play host to the San Francisco 49ers, which I think whatever the over under is, take the under. Like these are easily the two best defenses going at it against good offenses. I agree, but not like the best offenses. Like I would take I would take like the Bengals or the Chiefs offenses over these two, just
Mm-hmm.
if you're comparing. But I would take either of these defenses over any of the defenses for the Chiefs and the Bengals. So,
Yeah.
Matt, we'll go to you first here. What do you see going on in this game?
See, again, like you said, both good teams, good defenses, but my prediction is Eagles based just solely on the quarterback play because even though Purdy's like undefeated, last game he like you said before he he didn't make any mistakes, which is what you need in that offense, but he's not necessarily making those big plays that you need. And I
Mhm.
think that you need like down the stretch and like in championship games.
And that could be what decides the whole factor on it. So yeah, I definitely agree with that one.
Yeah, the talents on like all four rosters at this point, it's like anybody can win when you play your best, but also, yeah, just if you had to make a bet, I'd take Eagles just based on the quarterbacks.
All right, all right. What do you see the score coming out to be here?
I'm gonna take Eagles by like 10.
Eagles by 10.
Yeah,
Whoa.
yeah.
Hot take central right here.
Yeah, that's spicy. That's super spicy.
God damn, watch your stomach when you go to shit that out later. It might come out hot.
Yeah.
Jev, what do you see in this game?
I am so like I was on the 49ers, but the Matt makes really good points with
Brock
quarterback
Purdy.
play.
Yeah.
Like the thing is that I trust Brock Purdy more to be disciplined than Jalen Hurts. Like I think Jalen Hurts is more prone to turnovers than Purdy, but it's Jalen Hurts' ability to extend plays and run that makes him so dangerous. Whereas Brock Purdy's a bit more of a statue back there.
Mhm.
And with the Eagles' complete team, with like their defense, offensive line, like that kind of thing, I just think Eagles are the safer pick all around to neutralize any sort of weapons that the 49ers have. Because you could say, like, yeah, Brock Purdy, but 49ers defense are scary, where it's like, well, their offensive line are going to put up a pretty good fight against Bosa and Warner and stuff like that. And they have A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, and Goddard.
Yeah.
So it's like they're very well built.
Mhm.
The only thing is, like, Kyle Shanahan's going to cook up something
Something
to
masterful.
there, like, say what you want about him, he finds ways to like get the best out of his players against any defense. And I just have this funny feeling that the 49ers are going to inch out a win, but I truly think it's going to be a entertaining like game in terms of how Shanahan's going to cook up against this well-built Eagles team. I think it's going to be within 5 points.
Okay. Okay.
No matter what, like if the Eagles inch out a win, it's going to be like 33-31 kind of thing, or like a 26-23. I don't know how it's going to happen, but it's going to be no more than 5 points either way. But I think the 49ers inch out a victory against the Eagles.
God damn.
But like I would not be surprised if the Eagles win because they are very good. But I'm going to go 49ers.
Okay. I'll follow suit with Matt here. I think the Eagles will win, although I do wish the 49ers could win. I'm starting to really, really like the idea of Brock Purdy taking over for San Francisco, and then maybe, just maybe, New Orleans somehow like working out a deal with San Francisco for maybe a cheaper deal with Garoppolo or even like Trey Lance if it doesn't cost them that much. Just because if we don't get something glorious in trades, it's all for just beneficial of Saints. Plus, fuck the Eagles. They totally fleeced New Orleans with Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, and I'm so pissed. So I do think the Eagles will win though. 23-21. I think the 49ers will need to get a field goal, but Chauncey Gardner-Johnson will seal it, and he'll make a big play, and it'll send the Eagles to their like what, fourth Super Bowl since 2000.
Yeah.
So yeah, but now alluding to the AFC game,
Good
rematch of
fucking
last
title
year.
games, man. Good title games, dude. I'm so excited.
Absolutely.
I'm so
Yeah.
excited.
No, we have we have the Bengals coming back to Arrowhead versus a uh what I'm assuming can only be a limping Patrick Mahomes, because say what you want, a high ankle sprain. Oh, it's not as bad as we once thought. It's still a high ankle sprain.
Dude, high ankle sprains, like people still feel it 20 years later. Like
Exactly.
the broken bones can heal back to and get stronger and stuff like that. Torn ligaments can get stronger, but anything that's like hyperextended or sprained is still gonna be fucked up for a while. So like that's why they're so tough. And he's playing, but it's just gonna be a matter of how much he's gonna be able to do what he does special.
No,
I
exactly.
think they say it's better to break your ankle than to
Yep.
Yeah.
get a high ankle sprain. Like,
Yep.
No, it definitely is.
My uncle who's 40, like 44, sprained his ankle when he was 17 and he still feels it today. Mind you, he doesn't have the professional doctors
Treatment.
and
Yeah.
treatment and stuff, but it's still like 30 years later and still feeling it is pretty serious.
Yeah, like I broke my pinky like 10, 12 years ago. I don't feel that shit like
Yeah.
it's fully healed, you know?
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
only when you don't let something that is broken not properly heal, that's when you still feel it.
Yeah. But
And obviously that's how it just gets worse. But at least you can heal it in a time of setting where you can't do that with the ligament. So it's going to be another rematch. I don't really think we need to go over this because personally, I don't think either of us or any of us know what's going to happen. So we're just going to go to score predictions because I think that's going to be a lot more interesting to see exactly how bad our takes is and maybe even a little bit surprising. So Matt, I'll start with you first.
I
Who's winning this game and by how much?
think Bengals are winning,
Okay.
but I wouldn't want to bet on either team. I think the only reason I'd say that is because Mahomes being hurt, but also I don't want to doubt the guy because like he might just come out and sling it.
Right?
So
That's very concerning.
prediction, it's gonna be a shootout. Let's say 28-21 for Bengals.
Okay. Okay. I like that one.
Is that considered a shootout? 28-21?
I think 7 touchdowns is a
Yeah.
pretty good game.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe throw in a field goal for each team.
Yeah. I think Mahomes being hurt is gonna allow like Cincy's defense just to get like the D line just to get after him. So
Hopefully Pacheco can do something for the run game, but
yeah.
I don't know. Like there a stat with Cincinnati where it's like they've only let 3 second half touchdowns in all year, or like four. Like
Yeah.
it's on two hands. I know for
Yeah.
sure.
Which is unreal.
Absolutely. Jeff.
I'm gonna go Bengals as well. I just like I truly believe the Bengals revenge tour and like what's going on in that locker room. Like people say like, oh, revenge tour, and it's like no, they're just good. Like I truly think like Bengals are getting hot at the right time and their mentality is perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And the history that the Bengals have against
Kansas City
the
3-0.
Kansas City. I think they've won their last three meetings.
Yep, 3-0.
Three of
Joe
four,
Burrow.
like 3 of 4 or something like that. I know they're undefeated in Cincinnati and the AFC title game. I know that. But I like that and Mahomes' injury as well. I don't think that's going to play too much of a factor though. I think it's just like Mahomes is still going to do Mahomes things. I'm guessing 34-32 Cincinnati.
Okay.
Like I think it's getting up there and it's going to be like a last set, maybe like the Chiefs are up 32-31 and then the Bengals get
Kick a field goal.
a field goal to win it.
All right.
Something
Well,
like that. And maybe last drive for KC and they turn it over some shit. But I think Cincy 34-32.
okay. Well, to make us not all look like idiots on this show,
Someone has to be
I'm
right.
I'm gonna take the Kansas City Chiefs. I think the Chiefs are absolutely gonna dominate the Bengals this game. Give me 35-0 for Kansas City. I
Hot take.
I although I would like to say it's Cincinnati. I don't want us to all go Cincinnati because I feel like that just means Kansas City's gonna win. So
Not just win, they're probably gonna wipe the floor with
absolutely.
the
So I'm gonna go Kansas City. Just don't doubt Patrick Mahomes. And I think I think it'll be a shootout for the first half. Like it'll probably be like 21-17 at the end of the half, but then it'll tighten up and it'll probably be like 27-24. And I will say Kansas City. Um,
So the complete opposite of like the KC Bills game kind of thing. It was kind of boring to start and then was a shootout in the last 5 minutes.
exactly. And hopefully we'll see how that goes.
And you like people are saying Bengals revenge tour. You can say the same thing about the Chiefs, right? Like
Yeah,
they don't want to
exactly.
lose two in a row in the AFC title game in Arrowhead to the same team. Like there's no they're playing with a massive chip on their shoulder. So it's like I could totally see
Oh yeah,
KC like getting a really good win on it, like playing a really good game. Like this is such a hard game to predict because both teams bring so much to the table, and it's like anything I could see coming out of this game.
absolutely.
The only thing I'd be
Ca-
surprised if one team blew the other team out. That's the only thing I'd be surprised with. But any situation, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
Kansas City's got to have a bit of urgency, like knowing they have Mahomes, like when I know he's on a second contract, but like, they've already survived one round of like free agency, losing Tyreek Hill and stuff. So you got to have like a bit of like, okay, we need to like win some Super Bowls before this turns into like Aaron Rodgers, right? So
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, no, I agree. But with that, that is the preview. If there's any bets, say them now. But I think we pretty much covered the NFL here.
Jerick McKinnon anytime touchdown. That's been my
Bookmark it.
That's been
Absolutely.
that's been a lock of my bet for the past like 6 weeks is him finding the end zone, and it's hit a decent amount of time.
nice.
But
Boom.
so Matt, I don't know if you prepared at all or anything. This one doesn't really need preparation at all, if I'm being honest. But
I
on
did
le
give him warning.
on left side heavy, we like to do a little game segment after every episode, at the end of every episode. And me and Hayden switched back and forth. Weren't able to do one last week. But we're going back to drafting a starting offense, um, NFL roster style, but we're also throwing in a defense as well. But we're not drafting individual defensive players, we're drafting an entire defense.
Okay.
And this is strictly retired players. But
Okay.
caveat, we are spinning a wheel, and you have to pick a player off that team who is no longer active, who's played at least one game with the team. So no, like if you get the Chargers and like Eli Manning more than Rivers for some dumb reason, you can't pick
Yeah.
Eli because he never played a
Played for
game with
them.
them, kind of
Gotcha.
thing. So they have to play for them. And for defense, if you want to pick 2022, 2023 Steelers, that's fine. Or like if there's still some active players on a defense that you want, you can still pick them.
Gotcha.
But like it's just like an all-time defense you want kind of thing.
Yeah.
So that's what we're rocking with. It's not really draft style because we can still pick the same players. I'll allow that. So Matt, do you want to go first, second, or third?
Let's go first overall pick.
First overall
Ooh.
pick.
So
All
just to
right.
confirm, I'm picking a QB, a running back.
So we're doing like fantasy style.
Yeah.
Quarterback, two running backs, two wide receivers, a tight end, and a defense.
Two wide receivers. Sorry, say it again.
So
Tight end.
quarterback, two running backs, two wide receivers, a tight end, and a defense.
Beauty.
Sound good?
Yeah, I gotta keep track so I don't forget.
I can write it down if you want for you.
Sounds good.
All right. Let me get it down here.
Hey, wait, Jeff. I got it. Don't worry.
Sounds good. All right. I'll look at this wheel here. NFL. Spin the wheel. All right. So, Matt, your first pick, your first team. I don't know if you can see here. You got the New York Jets.
Oh,
So any position you want, any direction you want to start off with.
all right.
Retired players, except all-time defense.
Yeah. All right. let's get the quarterback out of the way. Joe Namath.
Joe Namath.
Joe
Yeah,
Namath.
absolute
hate it.
stud. Love the nightlife.
Love it.
Was an absolute baller. So yeah, take it. War for coats. Just a baller.
Oh, Joe
Something
Shiesty's
about
dad.
just something about Joe's, huh? Joe Cools.
All right, Hayden, heads or tails?
Damn. Heads.
Hey Siri, heads or tails?
It's tails this time.
Okay, I'll go third.
Yeah.
I also have a team wheel for myself here.
Sounds good. I'm
Great.
spinning here. I got the Houston Texans.
Nice.
And so it has to be retired. We go Andre Johnson,
Yeah,
Good
wide
pick.
receiver.
Good pick.
that's who I was thinking for you.
I was thinking that or maybe a running back. Fucking forgetting his name right now. It's
Arian
blanking me.
Foster.
Arian Foster, but I
There
think
you
there's
go.
more dynamic running backs that are retired that I can go with.
I agree. All right. Well, I spun it and I got the Minnesota Vikings.
Okay.
So I could go a lot of positions here.
Yeah.
I'm not doing Brett Favre because he's a piece of shit human being. And I went Randy Moss last time, so you know what? I'm gonna get a good running back out of the way. I'm gonna go Adrian Peterson.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Good pick. I'm surprised you didn't go
respect
Randy Moss.
I went Randy Moss last time. I had to do something different.
And technically, like, you could have gone Randy Moss and you had a 7 out of 30 chance to get a team that Adrian Peterson's played on. So
That is true. Yeah, damn.
the tail end of his career was a suitcase.
Absolutely. God damn.
Yeah. All right, Matt, I'll spin for you. Or is it snake draft? Is it snake?
No, I'll just go 1 to 3. Also, I just want to say I had a bet that Canucks would go over 6.5 goals. Yeah, it's
They
now
clip
it's 7. So I would have won $167. Fuck me.
That's tough.
Tough luck.
All right,
Tough.
Matt. You are picking the Denver Broncos. And you went Namath, could have had
Ooh.
Manning. Unfortunate. Unfortunate.
Mm,
Denver Broncos. You get that. You can get that Super Bowl winning defense.
Yeah, with Miller.
You go. You can go a couple different directions here. You go
I'm gonna
Lawrence
go-
Maroney.
I'm gonna go running back, Terrell Davis.
Wow. Back-to-back times doing this game, Jeff, that the guest has gone Terrell Davis
Yeah.
on the Denver pick.
Are you keeping track of this, Hayden?
I sure am.
All right, Terrell Davis. I like that pick there. I like that pick. All right, I'm spinning here. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Oh, fuck off, man. Oh, he's not retired yet.
yeah,
Thank
he's
God.
not retired yet.
Let's
He's not
go.
retired yet.
Take the Tampa defense though.
That is true.
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna go Rob Gronkowski at tight end.
Yeah.
That's good. That's a good pick. It's a good pick.
All right. I'll spin my wheel here.
I was like, "Fuck, who's played for Tampa that's like relevant
Literally
and
everyone.
retired?"
Ooh, I get the San Francisco 69ers.
Oh,
Let's go. Now,
Joe Cool?
Jerry Rice.
Jerry Rice. I respect
Nice
that.
pick.
Yeah.
Nice pick.
I respect that. You could have gone Montana or Rice, and that's both respectful.
Oh, yeah.
Respectable, like, yeah.
Or Young.
Or Young, yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Exactly.
No, you take Montana for sure.
All right. What was that? Dolphins? No, Kansas City Chiefs.
Ooh.
Kansas City Chiefs.
What's his name?
Tight end.
Yeah,
Tony Gonzalez.
Tony Gonzalez. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, had to.
That's where I would have gone as well.
Some of their best players are still playing. So.
Yeah.
Kelsey Hill Mahomes.
Yeah. Absolutely.
All right. Who am I getting here? Spinning. Got can we get the same team twice?
Yes.
Yeah.
Fucking Houston
Houston?
Texans.
he so wanted the answer to not be yes.
Yeah.
I guess you go Arian Foster now. Or Matt Schaub.
They must have had a good defense though when maybe not. I was gonna say when Watt was like
Did Frank Gore
time.
play for the Texans?
I don't
he
think
did,
so.
right?
Let's
Did he?
see.
Is Frank Gore retired?
Yeah, I think
Still
he
going.
is. Yeah,
He's
no,
probably
he
still on contract somewhere.
I think he retired this year. Jev, he was not.
Fuck.
Yeah, that's shitty.
Hey, I'll go Foster.
So
Damn, don't let him hear that you just sighed out his name. Okay, fine. I'll go Arian Foster.
I mean, Texans have like one of the worst histories of all time.
Yeah, that's true. They've also only been around for 20 years.
Bad 20 years.
Ooh, the
How do I get him?
Philadelphia Eagles, I get.
You guys are getting elite
Yeah,
shit.
give me Terrell Owens. I got him twice now.
I have Aaron Foster, Andre Johnson, and Gronk.
Your team's low-key trash.
Low key? This shit's high key trash.
High key.
Just
All
gonna
right,
shit defense. Fuck. Okay.
in the wheel for Big Matty.
All right. Who we getting here? Got the Washington Commanders. It's not the Commanders on this app though, so I almost said something offensive.
Oh my god, racist piece of shit. You got one running back, two wide receivers, and the defense. Didn't they have a nasty defense when they won the Super Bowl? Their defense was nasty actually a couple years ago.
For a year, and then it kind of fell off real quick.
Yeah.
Do I
RG
still have a running back open? Yeah, I do.
Yeah, you do.
Okay. I'm gonna
Yeah,
take what's that?
Oh, no, never mind.
I'm gonna take John Riggins.
John Riggins. Oh my
You heard
god,
of him?
that is a name I don't think any percentage of the listeners will know.
He's a ball. He's a baller. He's a baller.
Surprised you didn't go Adrian Peterson.
I thought that's where you're gonna go,
Oh, he did play for them, didn't he?
yeah.
Yeah.
John Riggins.
Can I switch my pick? Or is it too late?
No.
No, I got the
late.
Texans twice. You can't change your pick.
And if it was a defensive player, I'd probably take Sean Taylor, but
Oh yeah.
Oh.
100%.
baller.
Fuck yeah.
The
Yeah,
New York
Super Bowl champ, MVP, comeback player of the year. Dude, John Riggins, 104
Baller, man.
total touchdowns.
I
He's a
got
baller.
the
Jeez.
New York Giants. So I'm gonna take the
Ooh.
all-time defense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
New
okay.
York Giants.
With LT, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even like their 07 to like 2009 defense was pretty sick when they beat the
Well, who do you choose?
Patriots and stuff.
2007 or
Well, I'm just I'll go LT. with LT.
okay. 1980s. Okay. Spin mine. Let's see. Can I get an elite defense? Spinning and spinning, and I get damn. I get the St. Louis Rams or the Los Angeles Rams.
To get their current defense wouldn't be too bad, but
Yeah, their Super Bowl winning defense.
yeah,
Quarterback. No, they don't really. Oh, Kurt Warner. He's won a Super Bowl.
He's in the hall.
Yeah, you know what? Or or Eric Dickerson.
Oh, baller.
Oh, yeah, give me Eric Dickerson, actually. Holy, how did I almost forget Eric Dickerson? Love it.
Have you ever seen that 30 for 30 about SMU?
No.
And like if you can find it online, it's pretty good. But they talk about Eric Dickerson like getting recruited in high school, and like people were trying to give him like Corvettes and like
Jesus
briefcases full of
Christ.
money and stuff, and then he just like ended up going to this like SMU, and SMU got the death penalty later on and stuff. It was just a wild story, but
Oh my God.
yeah.
Well, after that, I don't know how you follow up that one, Matt, but
All right, let's see what Maddie picks. What do you get here? The 49ers.
Ooh.
What
Jerry
spots
Rice
does he
is
have
already been
open?
taken, eh?
I'm pretty sure we can repeat players, right? I don't think there's a rule against that, or can we not repeat players?
No, you can repeat players.
That somebody else is already taken?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought it was like once they're off the board.
Okay, well then you know what? Actually, then yeah. If you thought about like that, then and no one has, then you know what? Let's keep it unique here.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right, I gotta think here. Best, because I can only take receivers or defenses.
Yeah, I mean Patrick Willis, Navarro Bowman defense.
Yeah, that was a sick defense. What year is that? One of those.
2012, 2011, somewhere around there.
They've had a few good defenses. Like
They've had
even
many
like
good
even like
defenses.
Charles Haley, like when they won the Super Bowl back in the day. Yeah, you know what? I'll go to 2012.
Alrighty.
San Fran 49ers. Yeah.
all right. Let's see what I get here. Okay.
Spinning.
All right. We got Atlanta Falcons.
Oh, he still have quarterback on the board.
Matt Ryan.
You go Matt Ryan, Warwick Dunn.
Is Matt Ryan retired?
Oh no, you couldn't go Matt Ryan. Yeah, he's not retired.
Favre play for Atlanta.
He did.
They got quarterback, running back, wide receiver. Julio's still fucking playing too.
Yeah, I mean Roddy White.
If you weren't repeating, you could have taken Gonzalez, but
Ooh.
Gronk and Gonzalez, or I think Gronk's better than Gonzalez.
Oh, you have Gronk. Sorry, yeah, you already have Gronk.
So.
Oh, so he actually was drafted by the Falcons.
Yeah,
But
I'm
played.
pretty sure he played it for a bit for the Atlanta before.
He played 1 year before he moved to Green Bay.
Yeah, I know he played for them. So I guess I'll go Brett Favre. Oh. Do I want to go Michael Vick? Like that guy was electric factory.
Fuck. How do we forget about
I think I'm going Vic strictly for like that guy was so much fun to watch. Bad person, but I'm going
not
Vic.
the best dog caretaker, yeah.
No. He ain't dog sitting for me, but I'll pick him on my end of podcast segment retired fantasy football team.
Oh fuck.
Dude, that guy had an arm too. Mike Vick. That guy could
yeah.
the ball. Yeah, I'm on Vic.
All right. I have the Cincinnati Bengals. Fuck. I mean, hey, if we're talking about all-time defense and there's no real thing, am I allowed to go this year's defense?
Take Andy Dalton, man, the Red Rocket.
Jesus God.
Or Carson Palmer.
No. I still have tight end position. I don't know, like, any tight ends that came out of Cincy.
You have a receiver spot?
No. It's filled with Jerry Rice.
Chad Ocho.
Yeah, I could have taken Ocho.
You guys have been blessed with wide receivers.
Absolutely.
I haven't picked any yet.
That's just me. So, Jeff, with the rules, I know we said all-time defense. Are we allowed to choose like this year's?
Yeah, I just thought because it was so hard to like
really pick out a year.
Because like maybe there's like still some players playing on a defense. So I was just like, fuck it, you can just pick an all-time defense, like what you think is their best defense. I'll allow that part.
All right, then I'm picking 2022/2023 Cincinnati defense.
That's fair. Yeah.
All right. Final 2 rounds. Matt has receivers to take here.
I basically is taking the best receiver from each team.
Exactly. Jeff will tell us what he gets.
What conference do you think you got?
50-50.
NFC.
Oh, correct. Chicago Bears.
Wow.
Oh, I could think of one.
Who?
He did play receiver. I'm not going to say until after.
Oh, kicker Turner? Devin Hester.
Yeah.
He wasn't known super well for being a good receiver.
No, nor was he known for being a corner, but hey, he still played it.
True. This is a bad team to get.
Yeah, it's
for
not the best.
receivers.
Not the best.
Like I'm looking. Mike Ditka played tight end, right?
Yeah, Ditka was tight end.
I don't even know who's a good receiver on the Bears. Do you guys have any ideas?
Didn't Roddy White go from Atlanta to Chicago? Or am I taking crazy pills?
I can see and maybe just give a fact check of that. But I thought he stayed all the time with Atlanta. Which he did. 10 years in Atlanta.
Damn.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's go, Devin Hester.
Devin Hester it is.
All right.
Tough pick.
I
Tough
got
pick.
running back and wide receiver to go.
Damn, I got quarterback and tight end.
I got Atlanta. Again.
Guys having a tough time. I thought I had it bad with Bears.
Jeez, Jeff. Like you go Roddy White or Warwick Dunn. I feel like those are your best options.
I'm gonna go Roddy.
Yeah. Dude, I think this is like the first game that you've really just fucking sucked.
But like, is there any else I could have done better? Like, I think like I've done like the best I've possibly could have.
That's fair. I just got Dallas. I'm gonna go with the man who's always drunk, never sober in the booth. Give me Troy Aikman.
At what spots did you have to fill? Quarterback and what?
Quarterback and tight end. I don't really know like a better
That's
tight
fair.
end than
Troy Aikman. Nice.
yeah.
No, that's solid, man.
I could have went Tony Romo, but
Bad back
yeah, bad back.
many times over.
Aikman's a good pick. 3 Super Bowls.
Oh yeah,
What do you have to fill, Matt?
Receiver.
Wide receiver. Yeah, one more receiver.
You caught a dub with this one. Jacksonville Jaguars.
Raw. Their best years are ahead of them. You guys would agree with that, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
All right, let's see here. Jacksonville Jaguars. Retired receivers.
This is tough.
That's an L of a selection.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
looking.
Let's see here.
I'm
That's a-
looking. There
I
is.
haven't even heard of some of these guys. Jimmy Smith and Allen Robinson's like the third, but he's
still
playing. Wow, I've literally never even heard of some of these guys. Keenan McCardle.
I think Alan Hearns is still playing. DJ Chark.
Yeah,
Holy fuck!
Marvin Jones. Still
D.D.
playing.
Half these
D.D.
guys are still
Westbrook.
in the league.
How long have they been around for?
Probably came in with the Houston Texans.
Oh,
A
is
bit
this
after. Like
Oh,
2000, I think.
there is one receiver actually that would be a really good one for you, Matt.
Who's that? There's a
Torrey Holt.
Torrey Holt. Oh yeah. Do you guys remember Justin Blackman when he came out in the draft?
Jesus Christ!
Everybody thought he was going to be.
Throwback.
Everybody thought he was going to be sick, and then
Wow.
yeah, there's a Mike Thomas, but not
Yeah.
the Mike Thomas.
So many Mike Thomases. Goddamn.
All right, let's go. Torrey Holt. My roster got really bad in the last few picks.
Can Jevs get like good?
yeah, he's coming back here.
Can mine get average?
You need a really good running back here.
Yeah. 2 out of 7 spots, I have 4 teams. I got the Giants.
Oh my god.
For running back.
For
Serious?
running back. Yeah, I've gotten the Texans twice, the Falcons twice, the Giants twice, and the Bucks.
Tough.
Like that might be the worst spins ever.
Yeah, literally.
Okay, so Giants running backs. Okay.
No one.
I honestly don't know. Like I might be like missing someone. Am I allowed to search up?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I have like If you could take current, I'd say no, but
Running backs.
this is tough. All right, well, you do that, Jeff.
Yeah.
I'm gonna spin, see if I can get my tight end position filled out here.
Yeah.
I'm
Uh,
looking at my roster and like we'd run the ball hard and hit the play action pass, but we have no deep threats. Absolutely not.
oh my God, I get the Jacksonville Jaguars. You fucking kidding me?
For tight ends.
Yeah.
I don't even know if they have a tight end.
Oh, I was gonna say Mercedes Lewis, but he's
Oh,
still playing.
dog.
Oh my God, dude, I think this is like the worst.
Yeah. That's actually the worst team to get. If you got them earlier, you could have taken their defense a couple of years ago.
Yeah, Saxonville.
Saxonville.
So I'm gonna go with this guy because I fuck with his name. Tiki Barber. I'm going Tiki Barber.
Okay,
He's
yeah,
good.
I remember
He's
Tiki
good.
Barber. Yeah, no, that is a good one.
He is this thing that he's talked about as the best running back in Giants history. I don't know much about him, but I'm gonna pick him. I'm cheating a little bit, but I'm picking him.
Should have remembered. Well, I'm looking up because it's tough for me, but one guy who played for, let's see, 10 years? No, not even. 2011 to 2017. Pro Bowl with Peyton Manning, tight end Julius Thomas.
Julius Thomas.
Yeah.
Orange Julius.
Yep.
Man, I have a tough roster.
Yeah, everyone's last couple picks got really fucking awful.
It
So,
really was bad.
So Hayden, run through Matt's team.
All right, Matt, at quarterback, you have Joe Namath. Your running backs are Terrell Davis and John Riggins. For
Dog.
Joe Namath to throw to, he has Devin Hester, Torrey Holt, and Tony G, and all that being backed by the 2012 San Francisco 49ers defense. Absolute dogs.
I got Mike Vick and his dogs. I got Mike Vick at quarterback. Got Arian Foster and Tiki Barber at running back. And Andre Johnson and Roddy White at receiver. Rob Gronkowski at tight end.
Dog.
And the 80s Giants.
Dog.
It's my defense.
Dog.
That's the thing saving me. Like, it's going to be, like, low-scoring games with my roster.
Hey, last defensive NFL person, or last NFL defensive MVP.
Yeah, like, my team is going to be nothing but, like, shutdown defense and quarterback options. Like, that's what it's going to
be. Just out there making plays.
Just, like, keeping the ball in my playmaker's hands, and he's just going to figure out what to do with it.
That's it. All right. On my team, at the helm, I have always drunk in the booth Troy Aikman, but very much winning Super Bowl quarterback. Then I have Adrian Peterson, dog. Yeah. Eric Dickerson, dog. Jerry Rice, dog. Terrell Owens, dog. Julius Thomas, yeah, he was carried. And then this year's 2022 Cincinnati defense.
Yeah, Matt, I think Haydn won this draft.
Yeah, he 100% won that.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah, Hayden, you know how, like, you've been kind of shitting on Aikman and Buck and stuff like that? And, like,
I always do.
I've been kind of a Buck defendant because I like Joe Buck himself, but I had the Cowboys and Bucks game on while I was delivering in my car.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, Troy Aikman probably said, like, some of the useless information. And, like, Joe Buck was, like, talking about what, like, kind of just setting up for Aikman. Like, Tampa's had a really tough time getting, into Dallas and, like, scoring some, like, I can't exactly remember what he said, but Aikman literally just said the exact same thing Buck did in, like, a different tone of voice. He said, yeah, what they need to do is they need to assess what they're doing and just, like, utilize their players and get points. And I'm like, okay, man, that's Yeah,
He's
that's
like, this team just needs to score more points than the other team to win.
that's exactly basically what he said. I was like, you probably just said some of the most useless information in the last 20 seconds.
Dude, he's like
And
Booker McFarland, man.
oh god, it's so funny. But Hayden, you got anything else? Or should we
Uh,
let our Matt off his hostage?
yeah, I think that's what should happen.
Yeah.
It's my bedtime, boys.
Yeah, Matt, thanks so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. Is there anywhere that people can follow you or something you want to plug, social media, stuff like that?
No social media really. Yeah, thanks for having me on. It's been a blast. So thanks. When you guys messaged me, I was like, oh sweet, that'd be awesome. So
We look
yeah.
forward to doing it again. It was a hell of a time. Hayden,
Absolutely.
where can the people follow you?
On Instagram and Twitter at Hayden_Barton and on TikTok at HBart13.
You can follow me on Instagram at Jevon.Lefave, on Twitter at JevonLefave. Find everything for the show on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at LeftSideHeavy_. Subscribe to the Left Side Heavy YouTube and rate and review us anywhere you get your podcast. Really helps grow the show. And we'll see you on Friday with Brandon Goff, myself, Hayden, and my girlfriend's brother. We're gonna do some English Premier League jersey drafts and candy drafts. Should be a good time. So we'll see you then. Peace out, and thank you for listening.